guard when it's live, then
Like now?
yeah, like now. So don't be scared. It's all right. It's all right. So, it's hot as hell in Atlanta. Why is it 9:30 and it's 86 degrees outside with 60
That's it.
well, yeah.
Why don't you come back to Charleston?
Hell no. Hell no.
110, 115 a day with heat index.
Yeah.
Psh, I ain't
It's 86 right now too. Here.
oh my god. Jimmy, did you work
86. Can you
did you
see
work
that?
today?
Yeah, man.
How unbearable was that?
It was terrible, man. I was outside all day, wiring a dock all day too.
Man. I know, Maurice, you happy that you got a desk job now.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah. That office life, I know how that is.
I'm not in the office all the time.
Oh, he's just walking around holding that
I
one piece
do
of paper.
whatever. No, I don't hold nothing. I just walk around or you close my door and go to sleep.
Whoa, whoa. I'm glad not enough people watch this show for you to get in trouble of saying that.
It doesn't matter. I mean, those are the rules. As long as your work is done, you can do whatever you want.
That's the rules for real?
Yeah, I mean, if there's no work to do, what are we supposed to do? Nothing. So,
You're supposed to walk around
that's
with a
what I
piece of
do.
paper. Like, okay, so somebody told me when you're in the military, if you have no
I'm
work to
not in the
do,
military. I'm
which
not in the
is,
military.
but let me finish. So half the time you don't have anything to do, so you walk around with one piece of paper half the day. Then after lunch, you walk around with that same piece of paper in your other hand. So it always looks like you're doing something, even though everybody knows you ain't doing anything. So if they catch you on camera, they'd never say Maurice wasn't doing anything. He was walking around with a piece of paper, and that piece of paper could be important. They can't prove if it
The
wasn't.
only time they see me on camera is when I walk into the county building.
Wow.
And I could be going in there to do whatever. I could be going in there to eat. Because my office is not even attached to the county building, so I have
Mm-mm.
to walk across the street to go to the building.
Wow.
We don't have cameras away in my office, so.
Wow. Wow. Man, you got it good. You got it good. All right, let's start the show. I
Is
dissed the
there like an
intro music, so yeah.
there's no intro music?
I had intro music. You never watched the whole show? The Mavcast? You never? Really?
Yeah?
Oh, man. Oh, you killing me. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. So, 22nd of August 2014, this is This Mobile World. Um, we want to talk about a couple of things tonight. I want to introduce a couple of guests. First, Jimmy, returning, which was the old co-host of the Mavcast, which is temporarily dead for now until it finds its purpose back in the universe. And I have Maurice. Maurice was you came on the Mavcast like when I first started audio only last year, right?
I think so, yeah.
You have the worst memory. You don't pay attention.
I don't
Um,
it was about iPhone versus Android or something.
yes, the continuous debate that no one seems to win ever. Yeah, that was a funny show. That was a funny show. Um, if anybody can find that episode, it's still streaming somewhere on iTunes, so please look that up. But today is a new day, and 2014 is a new year, and we're here to talk about a couple of things. One of them is Android permissions. So a few days ago, Maurice hit me up, and he was like, well, did I hit you up or did you hit me up? It was
I,
something.
I, I think you hit me up about something random, and I just started complaining about everybody else complaining about the Android, the Facebook Messenger app.
Oh man. Yeah. So you went on a rant, a text rant, which which was hilarious because first of all, it's hard to feel someone's emotion when they're texting and get an accurate account of their emotion, but you text in a way that you can you can kind of you can see the look on your face as if I'm face to face with you. And dude, it was ridiculous because man, I was just sitting there laughing on the couch. I was reading the text and I'm laughing on the couch. I'm like, this dude is really mad. Like I asked you about something totally not related to that, and you like all out of left field just talk about, man, I'm tired of these people complaining about these Facebook permissions, man. You need to do a show talking about, man, they need to shut up. And it had the same permission as the text messaging app. I'm like, you know what? You know what? That's been a big complaint lately, and here we have a show about it. So, uh, your randomness sparked the show because I really wasn't gonna do one this week because you know the mobile news doesn't really kick off until next week and the week after, and September's gonna be hell. I'm gonna have a show like every other day. But let's talk about these Android permissions. And Jimmy, if you just weigh in anytime, and please let us know your frustration. But Maurice,
Yes.
what caused you to get upset like that to just to go on a random rant about these? Where did you first see these
Well,
complaints?
well, first, they had the little news broadcast where they had the reporter was like, yeah, look at your Facebook Messenger permissions and look what it does, look what it requires. The first, I mean, as an Android person, I've seen those permissions before all over the place. They don't bother me. It's whatever. Everybody just clicks allow whatever and keep it moving. And then everybody was like, oh my God, look at this. I'm gonna remove this app. Oh my God, look at this. Facebook can take pictures of you whenever they want to. Facebook can record your messages. Facebook can record your phone calls. Facebook can do this. Facebook Messenger can do that. And so I started seeing more and more and more people be like, "Oh, I'm deleting the app. Oh, I'm deleting the app." And they were like resharing the article about what the Facebook Messenger app has permissions to. So I finally got fed up, and I just started going on random people's statuses when they were saying I'm deleting this app. I started going on their statuses and was like, "Look, any app on your phone that can take that you can use to send and receive pictures is going to require access to your camera.
Right.
Any app that you use on your phone that you can do anything regarding voice and video is going to require access to your microphone, your camera, and whatever else. I mean, it's like a generic permission. It's not like I just need permission just to use your camera. No, it's just a generic permission. It's not. It's saying I need permission. I need access to this. It's not saying I'm going to take a picture of you whenever I feel like it. I mean, it's basically standard code within the permissions. I mean, you can't have an individual permission for I just need your camera for this. I just need your camera for that. It's just a generic. I require permission for your camera. The end. And so
Yeah.
everybody's like, well, it's doing this. It's going to record this. So I started showing a few people. I showed my fiance. I was like, look, I was showing her all these random apps. Like, look what this requires. Look what this requires. Look what this requires. Look, your Facebook app itself requires all of those permissions and some. Your standard messaging app that comes on your phone requires all those permissions and some. Your
Yes.
calendar app requires random permissions. The random
Yes.
stupid games you play require random permissions.
Oh
So
yeah.
so everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna delete the Facebook Messenger app. The Facebook Messenger app is probably the least of their worries on their phone.
So I'm glad you bring that up because there's been a big thing in the media, and the media is the fault of all this by blowing it out of proportion. So in the past, people have complained about there not being as transparent listing of permissions to let people know because there's a big privacy thing this year. And in the last year and this year, there's a big privacy thing. A lot of hackers going in, violating. Different privacy things. Facebook always violating some privacy permission. You had people hacking into financial records of Target, which was a big debacle and everything like that. And people got scared. And the media just blew it out of proportion, like, oh yeah, Google's after you, Apple's after you, everybody's after your privacy. If you want to use these apps, you need to know this, and this. And people are like, yeah, I want to know this. Yeah, yeah, damn it, show me everything that
It's
they get access to on my phone.
it's they've always had the ability to look at it.
Yeah, but
It's always been there.
the complaint was it wasn't listed. But now it's
Yes, it is. It's been listed.
it wasn't okay. So it wasn't a lot.
You've
So
always been able to go into your app info on your Android phone and look at the permissions, even before you download it.
this is true, but in the past it's been less detailed than it is now. But people don't understand what those permissions do. So, the common person,
This
the common
thing
person,
says,
the common person sits there and listens to the media, and they're like, "Oh, these permissions have access to your camera," and then somebody's like, "Oh yeah, they're violating privacy, and the NSA can tap into your phone and take a picture of you anytime you want, because that was the whole thing about webcams on some computers. They're like the NSA was looking at you while you're doing crazy stuff, and now they're trying to profile you, and now they got this whole things like access to wireless network. You can make a call on the Facebook Messenger.
that's why it needs access to your wallet.
You can share pictures from your gallery or take a picture from the app using the app that links straight to your camera and then instantly share it. That's why it needs access to your camera. It needs access to your location, because you can share your location on the app. Access to your keyboard, access to your contacts, because all the time Facebook wants to get access to your contacts so they can import them, right? I mean, the simple stuff. Access to a whole string of things, and every last one has a purpose. At least what I noticed in that app. Now, there's some games out there where you like, I don't really know why they need access to my contacts, like Flappy Bird. I really didn't understand why.
Well, it needs access to your contacts because I don't know. I've never well, I've played Flappy Birds, but I haven't like gone into the options. But I'm pretty sure it's probably to where you can invite your friends or share with your friends. And being that since it connects to Facebook, right? Seeing
Right.
as it connects to Facebook and Facebook connects to your contacts, it's all like, well, I'm under the impression that anything that needs to connect to Facebook is also going to want to connect to your contacts.
So here's the big thing with Android. You can share anything with almost any app. And one of the choices in the sharing process with the different apps, it always gives you the option to share with your SMS app, your Google Hangout app, your Gmail app, and other things like that, or the Facebook app. You want to share a picture from one social network to another, it gives you access to do that. So, with that being said, if you always have those same consistent sharing options, it's going to need access to your contacts, because your contacts are listed in those different apps. So the whole propaganda and everything and freaking people out. Honestly, you know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off? If people would do their own research, they would have a better understanding of what's going on, what the purpose is. But the thing is that you get one ignorant person that watches the news randomly, and they act like they watch the news all the time, first of all, and they come to work the next day and like, Facebook is spying on you through the app, and that takes one sentence, and then it spreads like wildfire, and by the end of the week, everybody was like, hey, you using that Facebook app, man? They're looking at your penis when you're in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah. This is something random. But
No homo.
But it's like people that don't understand get caught up in the hype, in the propaganda, and the suspicions of what's going on, especially with people questioning the NSA and questioning how Facebook gives information to the public safety and everything like that. So that being said, with all these permissions and everybody's scared of these permissions and wants to uninstall stuff with the permissions, why do we constantly see these same people talking about these permissions are ruining their life and they're not going to use it? Why are they always sharing the most ratchet crap that they can find and complaining that they somehow got fired from the job? It's people are stupid. I just want to say that. You know, the viewers of the show, you aren't stupid because you made a right choice. You have great judgment of watching or listening to this show. But the general public is naive. I just want to say that.
Yeah, naive is a better word than stupid.
Well, I kind of...
because they're naive to the fact that they just took something and ran with it as opposed to actually doing some background.
And isn't that the same with a whole bunch of different aspects of life? Like the media doesn't even know half of the full story. They want link bait. So they see something popular and what's trending on Twitter, and they're like, yeah, we know enough about it. The IT guy told us enough about it, so we can really talk about it. Let's put it on the teleprompter, and let's scare everybody shit.
Or somebody stumbled upon the app permission, was like, oh my god, look at this, and they saw the camera permission and the microphone permission, and they went out of control.
Exactly. It's crazy. So, now the whole thing is people wanting better context of why these apps need these permissions. So first people, and I blame the tech industry. I blame it. I blame the tech nerds because they're calling for more transparency in the age of privacy. But developers can't put all this information of every line item of what it needs and why it needs it, or people are going to get scared and not going to download your app because they're like, man, it does all that. I just want to be brain numb and play this Simpsons tap whatever for a while. And I don't care. I mean, why does it need all this?
They're not going to read half the stuff anyway. They're going to skim through and see what they want to see, which is anything to do with voice and anything to do with camera, anything to do with their little contacts or whatever. But other than that, they don't care about the other stuff, like the fact that it has the ability to read, write, and erase your memory card if it wants to.
That's right. I mean, and that's important, but so, it's like terms and conditions of things you sign up for. Who really reads them until something comes up and you call someone and complain about it, and they're like, well, you know, you signed this agreement that you understood the terms and conditions. Apparently you didn't read. So, I mean, if you download the app and you complain about what the app does, apparently you didn't read. So
well, they uninstall it. So that's the one thing they do right. They complain about it and then they uninstall it. And then keep complaining about it and get all their friends to uninstall it.
Well, yeah, and if they look, the developer already got his money or whatever, and I mean, there's only going to be another app that comes along that they download that they don't read, and then they hear about it in the media, and then they delete again. It's like a revolving door, because
it's the apps that's already built onto your phone. It requires permissions. Like I said, your standard text messaging app requires permissions to your camera and stuff. So it's like they need to just throw their whole phone in the garbage and get a flip phone if they're concerned about privacy. Because the settings app requires permission, and it's just the settings app. So I mean,
yeah, by default, your iPhone tracks your every location on a rolling period, and you gotta go in and opt out of that. I mean, whatever. You get a smartphone that has a GPS in it. You get a smartphone that has a camera in it. You get a smartphone that is essentially a computer, and things. It's like you downloading something in Windows and you see whatever permissions or what it requires or whatever, and people never read that. I can tell you right
I
now,
do.
people
I
never.
read them.
You're an IT guy, but people never read that. It is your job to read that stuff. but
Well, I
but
mean, I try to enlighten people on it. I'd be like, just stop clicking next, 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 and okay. Read the things that are next to the check that's next to that box. Read what box it is you're checking instead of just clicking next with all those check boxes. You don't know what you're agreeing to get installed on your computer.
Exactly. So when you download some simple app that has this toolbar and adware that's gonna, if you just clicking next, 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 and that the little text box is already checked, and you're supposed to check off it because you're supposed to read, and they're assuming that you ain't
Hmm.
gonna read it. So if you click next, 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 they're gonna add it on there, and you're like, well, I didn't know a half hour where this came from because you didn't read. And it's the same thing with the app permissions. They don't read.
I mean, but the thing is, the majority of the apps from the Google Play Store and probably what is it? What is that Apple Store called? The Apple Store,
App Store.
the App Store. Those apps in there or I would say they're safe or they wouldn't be in there. So I mean, it's not like those apps are gonna take anything from you. There's not gonna be an app that's just gonna randomly take your picture and randomly start recording your voice. Nobody cares what you're saying. Nobody cares about your face. Your face is on the internet. If we want your face, they could just go search your name on Google or Facebook.
Yes,
So,
yeah, the app is not going to do it. If the NSA really wants to take control of your phone, they can go to your wireless provider, give them a probable cause enough, and get some type of warrant, and they can tap into your speaker, your camera, whatnot. Yes, they can do that. But a regular everyday use app is not going to do that. You're right. You're right. I mean, if the NSA wants to tap your phone, they don't have to come in and do anything to your landline anymore. There's ways that they could ping the tower and tap into your phone and record the calls or whatever. But app permissions are there so you understand the cause of every feature. The feature requires some permissions. So permissions. So people got pissed off. Remember Windows Vista where it asks you every step if you really want to do this, and
I hate it.
and people got pissed off because it asked them, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I mean that might have ultimately saved some people from installing some stuff that they didn't need to, but
No, because they still click yes.
it still clicked yes. I mean, look, it doesn't matter if they put no permissions on the apps. It doesn't matter if they put 90 pages of permissions on the apps with very, very detailed instructions. Every time Google comes out with a new privacy change, they outline everything that you need to know. Everything, line by line. They are very transparent. Nobody reads it. The only time you hear about it is if the media talks about it or CNET. CNET reads it for you and they break it down. They paraphrase it, whatever. But nobody reads it. Facebook. Facebook changed privacy settings every quarter. They change it. Think. I mean, look. Are people concerned about that? Are people concerned about the privacy settings that Facebook and it doesn't? It's not even on the mobile. It's on the site altogether. And they changed the permissions and don't send out a blurb or anything to anybody. And they're like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, people should be worried about that. What I'm worried about, can I rant about Facebook for a moment?
Go ahead.
We can't stop you. So
Um, Facebook, and I wrote this post a couple of days ago, and I don't know if someone saw a comment on that post, but look, I basically said that I promote the show on my Facebook page, and there is a promotions button on every post that you do on Facebook.
that costs money.
Why am I What would click in my brain to say every other social network I can post whatever I need to, and it goes correctly chronologically in a timeline, in a news feed, to where it's free. Facebook, why should I pay you money to promote a promotion? So you're trying to skim off the top to make me pay you a few dollars for something that is I mean, this is not a show that has a wide range of audience. It's not FM radio, okay? It's not a show that is picked up by millions of people. That is the aspiration one day, but Facebook buries the post that I have, and I can tell because I can post something stupid, I can post something meaningless. I can just say, yeah, what a day, and people see that, and I can tell by the post that I do that where people like it or comment it. I post on a movie that Facebook wants to see that, okay? Because when people like that, then that brings that movie advertisement or whatever that they get paid for in their news feed. So they get kickback from that. They don't get kickback from my show. So if you post something that is for you and they don't get kickback, they want you to pay them for the promotion of it, or else they will bury your post.
Now,
That is,
are you posting from your personal page, or do you have a separate personality page?
yeah, I don't do that anymore. I just have one page. One
So
page.
it's just you post from your personal page,
Yes,
and it buries it.
it buries it. Yeah.
What, do you have any tags in it or something?
I mean, it's just like it's just a simple post, but it's linked to this Google Plus Hangout event. I mean, it's still
Uh,
yeah, and every other post that I do, people see it. Like you even said that you didn't see I had to do like 5, 6, 10 posts about the last show I did with Tiffany with this crazy world about the depression and stuff. You said you didn't even see that, and
I don't see a lot of stuff, so
well, yeah, you're always.
I'm there. Yeah. Oh.
But Jimmy, how many number of those posts did you see from me? Because there was a lot of them.
I don't see
Well,
all of them, but I see most of them.
You see most of them. Okay. All right.
I report you for spam a lot, so I mean that might be a problem too.
You should. What?
Sorry.
You do?
Yeah.
You do. I swear.
I'm just kidding.
So somebody posted a comment on there, taking up for Facebook, I guess, and said that Facebook basically is a place for people to connect or communicate with their friends and family and whatnot. And I sound like an idiot for ranting about that with the concerns. I could just stop using it. First of all,
No.
she didn't know me. Okay.
Well, go ahead.
No, go say what
No,
you.
because I mean that's not true. Facebook ain't just about connecting with family and friends. Facebook, they have business page. I have a business page on Facebook. There's business pages. There's musician pages. There's personality pages. There's actor pages. There's band pages. There's pages for restaurants. So I mean, it's not just for family and friends. Facebook has a business side as well because my business is on the business side, and they want to charge me to advertise. I say no. I post my one post and keep it moving.
Thank you. And
So
and for people, again, people are naive. Okay, people are naive. People think that they know what a social network is because they don't research. They use it, but you think something that you use every day. You don't you would think that you would research what you're using every day, right? No, people don't. People don't. It is out there. Facebook is on the stock market. Why the hell would they be on the stock market just for you to contact your cousin that you ain't seen in 5 years? They have a business model. They're an advertisement. They want to be Google. without being Google. They wanted to make a phone. They failed twice trying to make a phone that was built on Android and still failed. They wanted to be Google. They collect your data. There is a reason why they have an IPO. They collect your data. They have an initiative. They want to put um, advertisements in your feed. Don't like something that you don't want to see a subject matter about later. Don't like anything, because even if I don't like anything, I'm still trying to figure out how the Zook advertisements keep popping up. Like, okay, Zooks, whatever.
I
Uh,
click. I don't want to see this again.
I've done that. I had to do that 5 times for it to go away, which pissed me off. If I click on, if I like something like an actor or whatever, they start to send me oh my gosh, every show that they star in or that's coming up, every movie that they're gonna be in, I see this. Oh yeah, like I just like. What if I just like them as a person? Don't even do it as an artist, okay? Don't even like an artist. I don't like anything because of the fact that they want to sell me ads, and if they can sell me ads, they make more money. Click, click, click. They have stats on clicks, and that's all they care about. People, this is worse than those app permissions that you're so freaking worried about. Okay? This is worse than that. Freak the app permissions. You can see that. That is transparent. You just don't know what it means because you failed to do the research and you listen to the news that knows half of the story. They need a story to give you, so they make it interesting and make you paranoid. That's what the news is. And Facebook is not your friend. Facebook is not your friend. Facebook hates you, but they want your money. Yeah, they want your money. Just like the government. The government hates you, but they need you live long enough so they can get kickback off you. All right? Same damn thing.
What's the other subject? What's the other topic?
Oh, the other topic? Oh, I'm surprised you're still here. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I could log off and go back to my game.
Well, yeah. I mean, I appreciate you being here, sir. I appreciate you being here. So, phones. How about that? Phones is coming up in this fall. This fall is gonna be epic, right? I know you two are Samsung fans, just by heart.
No, I'm a fan of whatever's newest at the time, so I don't really care which one it is.
I just hope you don't turn into an LG fan.
My fiance has an LG. I like her phone. I like her camera. This is a nice phone.
Yeah, but
It's
LG
better than my phone.
But your phone is like I mean, next month is gonna be like 2 generations old.
Well, she's got a G2 and I've got a Note 2, so
Well, her G2 came out last year.
yeah.
Yours came out 2 years ago.
Oh, either way.
You see, you gotta play catch up. You are not on the even playing field with her technologically with your cell phone.
She went from the very first Nexus phone she went from her BlackBerry to the Thunderbolt
Oh,
to the very first Nexus phone and to the LG G2. So I'm slowly catching her up.
oh, well, she surpassed you for now.
For now, that's because my upgrade ain't ready.
Oh man, my upgrade is I'm on that Edge program.
Oh my God, you're getting ripped off.
Yeah, I am. But here's one thing. Here's one thing I can say about that. It has kept me from getting more than one phone a year. I've had this phone since last year, and it has kept me with one phone. So I have to make a good decision on what phone I'm going to keep. Yes.
What phone do you have now?
I still have the Moto X. Love it. I got Android 4.4.4.
Well, I got Android 4.2. Wait, what do I have? I have Android. I know it just updated a few months ago. I have Android 4.4.2.
Well, you're not far behind.
What do you got?
4.4.4, the latest one.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, there's not much difference, honestly. It's just under the hood stuff. It doesn't make it look any different. It really doesn't do anything. But I mean, it's bragging rights. I got, whatever. I'm surprised that the phone gets updated as quickly as it does, being on Verizon, because when I had the Nexus on Verizon, it didn't get updated this quickly, and that's kind of weird because this isn't a Nexus. I always said this is the carrier version of the Nexus because it just, I don't know, whatever. But it's a good phone. I'm glad I had it. I had that HTC One M8 last year. No, M7 last year, and it was good, but that
traded
camera
it in.
sucked. That camera sucked, man.
You traded it in?
Yeah, I had it. I didn't technically trade it in. I had it within the window to return it, and I returned it just before that window closed because I really wanted to get the iPhone, but it was sold out and I was impatient. So I was like, ooh, well, this Moto X will do. Let me do some research on it, and it worked. And I stayed with Android. You don't remember that? You remember that last year? I was like for like a month straight. I was like, oh, I'm going to get an Apple. I'm going to get iPhone. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to stay with Android. Oh, I got a tablet. I'll still be with Android. What are you talking about? And then I eventually stayed with Android, and you know that's what happened. And I'm happy. But I mean, every year I can upgrade, which is good. So I'm just waiting for this next Moto X to come out, and maybe I'll get that, or I might come back to Samsung and get that Note 4.
That's what I'm
Stop.
getting.
Tell you what, if I get the Note 4, I'm putting this to rest. This is the original Nexus 7. Putting it to
Mail it,
rest.
mail it to me.
I might. I mean, you could just wait till. I mean, it's banged up though. It's a little banged up, but
Don't care and put a case on it.
I use it. I use it as a remote for my Chromecast for like Netflix and everything. So
Great. Let me know. Give me the tracking number when you mail it.
I can just bring it when I come in town. I mean,
That too, whichever's quicker.
yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever. Anyway. So Jimmy,
Yo.
you're a phone whore.
We both got two cell phones.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, look. The second one that doesn't make me a whore because they gave it to me. The job gave it to me. Thank you. So, you know.
Technically, it does because you got two cell phones.
Well, I mean, I'm already in a agreement with. Oh, I didn't know they were going to give me one. Okay, if I knew they were going to give me one, I would have waited until my contract was up, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to use it anymore. But hey, man, look, we're talking about you first of all. You're a phone whore. You look, Maurice. This guy is a bigger phone whore than I am. Okay, so he has the Galaxy S5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he went and got the Gear 2.
What is that?
Oh, the smartwatch.
The watch? Yeah.
Yeah. So this man, what'd you have before that? You had something recent.
The GS4.
Yes. And from the time you got the GS4 to the time you got the GS5, what
A
was
year.
a year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it was a year. Exactly a year.
Okay. You ain't as bad as I thought. Okay. I take that back. Because I literally had 4 phones in a year one time. I think that was 6 months, though. Maybe that was 6 months. I don't know. Anyway, what phone are you looking to get now? Is it the Note 4, or are you waiting on something else?
I'm not getting no phones no time soon. My account don't go up into next year.
Wow. Are you on that Next program with AT&T?
No.
No.
Mm.
Oh. Do you feel that's a ripoff?
Yes, because you paying to use it monthly. Then once you trade it in, all that money you pay for that phone is just a waste.
But you can trade it in for another one.
Also, you could just go outright buy another phone.
But who wants to buy another phone right out when you can pay with interest?
But you're not paying no interest when you own an AT&T Next or the Verizon Edge.
I
Exactly.
mean, just save your money, save your monthly payments, and just buy your phone.
But the initiative is, or the incentive is, if you get it, you get benefits on a lower bill, which compensates for
Not
the
Lower.
necessarily
payments.
because you're
You don't
paying
get
your bill, then
what?
you're paying the cell phone right on top of the bill.
Well, if you lower your plan, which
No, that all sounds terrible.
no, listen, they have
Lower your
promotions. They want people to buy into these
the,
programs where you pay monthly.
the fact of the matter is, if you're sitting there paying monthly, that's like a apartment water bill you're paying every month for no reason and no return. You're renting a phone when you could just save your money for how what is it, like $20 something a month?
Depends on the phone. Sometimes it's like $32, and
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like so we're looking at what give it 35. How many when phones are what $500-600 brand new, or you could get one off for like three
yeah.
two or $300 somewhere.
Yeah.
Save your money for a bunch of months and get you the
So
newest thing straight up, as opposed to renting a phone.
I got to do
That
my
way
math.
it's yours.
I got to
Because when you rent the phone, you're paying for a retail price. That's like $800, and
I got to
instead
do
of
my
paying
math.
200.
But the incentive is to upgrade faster. What?
Well, if you want to upgrade
But
faster,
it's not.
you could sell the phone, then get another phone.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
Are
on.
you
Doing math. So, peep this.
okay?
Let's do the math real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna prove your theories correct versus someone that bought into the whole system and is a part of the system now. Me. What? Because it seemed like it seemed like a good idea at the time. And as much as I upgrade phones, it seemed like a good idea. Now, if you get a phone, let's say, which is $26 a month on top of your bill,
Okay.
and
Phone's going to be $312 for a year
yes,
by itself. In one
exactly,
year, you can
yes,
buy a new phone for $312.
yes, but you have to wait what 18, 20 months until no, you want to upgrade every year, right? You want to upgrade every year. So
You
what
still
happened?
can, like with my AT&T, I can upgrade every year because I pay so much money a month.
Yes, yes. So does it make sense to for anyone to do this?
To what?
To
Buy
go,
pay monthly on a phone just to have the ability to upgrade a year early?
yes,
When
No.
on Verizon you get an early upgrade anyway. Like they
right,
upgrade you earlier than normal anyway, so it's like you can upgrade like 6 to 8 months before your actual contract date.
right. So
So I
is it a bad
mean,
idea? Is it a bad idea?
to be on the Edge plan,
Yes.
to me it is because I don't want to pay the extra money per month for a phone.
So this means I should have had the show last year.
I mean, I'm totally okay with toughing it out with my phone for a year and a half and then just upgrading for free.
Well, for me, it actually saved me. I mean, it's weird to say this, and it's hard to convince, but it saved me money instead of feeling the need to. And it's a convenience thing too. So people would get the phone. Um, and you would have the plan. So here's the thing that T-Mobile did, which the other carriers didn't do, and I always wish that the carriers would do this, but I hope that it goes towards this. When T-Mobile started the Jump program, the Simple Choice Jump program, you pay per month. It lowers your bill, so it offsets that monthly payment, and so it's not like you're paying more. So if your phone is lost or stolen, and you had the phone for 6 months, you have to have it for 6 months first. So if your phone is lost or stolen, you can upgrade as an assurance thing. So you can just pay whatever the tax is on the phone, or the full price, which is whatever. It depends on the full price of the phone, and then you can roll into new payments. Or you can just get phones every 6 months by trading in that phone and it's just giving it back and then paying the tax on the next one and then rolling it. So it's in the way they offset it on your monthly bill is like you don't even see it, right? So that was the great plan. However, Verizon's greedy ass didn't see it that way. And when I did it, the way that I set it up is I changed my plan, and the way I still got the same amount of data, but it offset my monthly payment. So eventually, my bill was lower than it was before, which is kind of crazy, but it took a lot of work to do. Um, but eventually my bill was lower, so I don't feel the monthly payment. I just trade in the phone when I get halfway through paying for the device I have, and then I roll into another one. So if you do it correctly, if you do it thoughtfully and do a lot of research, it's not costing you that extra 312, because you could have the regular 2-year contract, and the way that they have the contract, you could have the higher plan unless you lower your plan and you do it smart. But if you have a family share plan, it's kind of hard to do that. But if you can do it, that's fine. But in the plan, they don't itemize it and they include it into your plan. So those people that have the phones for like 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, so you in essence paid for the phone twice. So I think those plans would do well if you do it correctly. It is more beneficial to do that, and it keeps me from buying other phones. Because even though I flipped the phones, I used to flip the phones that I got, I still was paying the difference to get another phone. It never equaled the same price as the phone upgrade charge, and it still was the same amount. I non-itemized in my bill, if that made sense. I'm tired now. I ran out of water. Anyway, Android Wear. Who has a smartwatch out here?
Me and you.
All right. So, Maurice, Mo.
Yes.
I should call you Mo. Mo Miller.
Yes.
Do you desire a smartwatch?
Not really.
Do you find any purpose in having a smartwatch?
No. Not for me personally. No.
And why do you feel that way?
Because I don't check the time. Everywhere I go, there's a clock. There's a clock right there. There's a clock in my car. There's a clock in the kitchen. There's a clock in the dining room. There's a clock in the living room. So,
Wait, so what you're
I mean,
telling me?
I don't know what else. I don't know what else the smart gear does. So all I can think of is it being a clock. I mean, I've seen where people get caller ID on the watch, but you do you talk to your watch when you answer it, or
Yeah,
do you
you
still
can
have to?
you can do it, but the sound is real crappy on it. It's best to set up as Bluetooth.
So so you answer the watch and it plays on your Bluetooth.
Yeah.
My phone, see, but the thing is, my phone is within arm's reach at all times. Like it's always in my pocket or somewhere nearby, or I already have a Bluetooth attached to me somewhere.
So, do you? How many times do you think you take out your phone to check either the random time or to check and see if you have a notification, if in fact you have your phone on silent?
Or I only check it when it makes noise. Other than that, I don't even care.
Um, how many missed calls do you have?
Right now,
No, no, not right now. I mean,
there's total.
I mean,
Like in the past,
just an average.
um, let's see. Well, I deny a lot of calls.
But you have to take that out your
Yesterday,
pocket.
what to look?
Yeah.
No, my phone was just sitting right there.
Oh. Okay.
Yesterday, I had 3 missed calls because I probably was at work,
All right. So,
and I wouldn't answer the phone anyway because I was at work.
smart man.
So
So the use case scenario of it. What would you look for in a smartwatch that would entice you to pay money? Not you. I asked you this question, and you say if I give it to you, yes, you get one. But for you to invest in it, your with your hard-earned money, not mine. Um,
that I don't know. That phone, that watch would have to do a lot. Like it would have to do more than just what my. It would have to give me more than caller ID and time and phone functionality. I mean, I needed I needed to change the air conditioner temperature in my house. I needed to do all that stuff.
can do it.
I need my alarm on my car to turn off and on.
They're working on that. They're working on that.
Yeah, so I needed to if it's going to be attached to my wrist, I needed to be useful to me, like to me. I needed to unlock my front door.
It can do that actually.
Well, that's
If
what
you
I
have the
needed.
right hardware in your home, you
Yeah,
have.
I needed to do that. I needed to do all of that. If I have to have something wrapped around my wrist, it needs to be to do stuff.
So if you have a Nest, uh, the Nest thermostat, which is owned by Google now, and it's an electronic. I love it when I say Google and my phone just lights up and starts listening to me.
I do that to my fiance. I go okay, Google, and her phone randomly goes to the Google search.
I love that. But if you have the Nest, which is a Google product now, and if you have a smartwatch like Android Wear, you can even do it with a Pebble watch. I'm not sure if you can do it with the Galaxy Gear watches, but I assume that some of the accessories that they have that Samsung just bought, which I think is Smart, Action Smart, whatever. They bought that. You can use it with those appliances. I'm pretty sure you can use it with some Samsung appliances. Jimmy, you gotta test that out. You need to buy like some washers and dryers and refrigerators from Samsung and test it out just for that purpose. Or go up in Best Buy and just link it to there and piss off everybody.
That's easier to do.
Yeah, just go in Best Buy and just piss off everybody. Um, you can use it as a remote.
What do you use yours for?
I use well. So this is my second Pebble. The first time I bought it was like, yeah, I need to see what this is about, and I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It took me to the second chance to really understand what I needed it for. What I use it for, and I'm notorious for this. I always keep my phone on silent because I'm always in a meeting. I like had 3 meetings just today, which any given time I'm in a meeting. So I don't want to be that person that has the phone on and blah blah blah. You're in a meeting, whatever. So when I ride in the car, I'm one of those few people that don't read or respond to text messages in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep my phone in my pocket. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
day, phone's in my pocket. I used to check my phone, and I used to kill my battery. I used to check my phone upwards to 150 times a day. And that's average. I think the average of people checking their phone is actually 160-ish, 165, somewhere around there. Just looking to check, not even doing anything, just checking the time, checking to see if you have any notifications.
So
So, go ahead.
so you basically used your watch just to see your notifications, even though you're not going to call the person back because you're still in your meeting.
I can I can do like triage. I can see if it's important. I can look like this, and I can
Uh,
see if it's important. If I need to step out, I can see if it. You know, I don't need to look at my phone if I get a notification like a text message. I don't need to get my phone to see if it's important, if I need to check it or not. You know, I don't need to pick it up. So I can look at it, like, I can click a button over here and dismiss it, and it dismisses it on the phone, so it's not flashing at me, which is good. And it keeps me from taking out my phone. I don't miss any calls unless I deliberately miss the call or I just have no chance of answering it because I'm in a meeting. But I know the call happened. Um, blah 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 blah. And that, I mean, first this Pebble was given to me for my birthday. The second time around, the first time I paid for it. So you know, your argument is if it's given to you, yeah, you'll use it. Apparently, it took it took the gift of a Pebble for me to actually use it. And you know, when I don't wear it, I feel like you know I have to take out my phone all the time, which you know,
well,
I
I don't.
mean,
Well, I
it's a,
guess because me, I don't. If I miss a call and oh well, if I don't reply to a text, oh well. If I don't see an email, oh I don't. I don't care.
yeah, yeah.
I'll see it when I see it. So,
But some watches do more than others. So Jimmy has the Gear 2. So what do you find in the Gear 2 which makes your life easier, or does it not do anything for you? Just wear it for the hell of it.
No, it's like you said, you don't have to pick up your phone 200 times a day to check to see who's calling, text messages, emails, any kind of message you want to go through that comes up on the phone. You get to choose which one you want to come on.
And that, I mean, it it kind of seems like it's not important until you actually get used to it and you realize how often you used to pick up your phone just to check the time,
mm,
and how often you used to pick up your phone just to, you know, what pisses me used to piss me off, and I'm thankful that I have the smartwatch now, is that when you're waiting for a reply from someone that you wanted a reply from, and someone else texts you and you get that alert and you look at your phone and you just get pissed off because there was something stupid and you didn't even want to hear from that person. You're waiting on the response from someone that you really wanted to hear from, and you can't get those seconds back. Well, you can glance here, you're like, I didn't want to talk to them anyway. And it's
now
just that quick.
does it have to be near your phone?
At a
Yes,
reasonable distance, yeah. It's
up to
time
30
up.
feet, I believe.
Yeah. So I'm
So I
usually
can't like leave my phone somewhere and then go far off somewhere else, look down the street around the corner.
No.
I've made it as far. I mean, it all depends on how strong your the
Bluetooth
technology.
signal.
Yeah, your Bluetooth signal is, the building that you're in. If you go on the other side of the building and the wall is just that thick and the frequencies can't get through, it's gonna cut off. Or I can go on the other side of the floor that I'm on, and I still get stuff because I forget my phone all the time, and I still get stuff. It just depends. But I mean, it's awesome, dude. Especially
Hmm.
when driving, because when I'm going to South
Video conference.
Carolina to and from, it's very good that I can see if someone's texting me without having to
Deal.
pull the phone out of my
It's
pocket
live.
to see who's calling, because you know
I
I need
would
to keep
show
my
you, but
eyes on the road.
not proper.
Oh, glad you want to sit somewhere else.
Hmm.
Sorry.
ATL.
Hey,
I'm tiptoe out now.
but um, my thing with Android Wear is okay. First of all, do you like Google Now?
I do, yeah, because it tells me when I'm going to be late every morning.
So you
I
like
mean, it's dead on as far as the traffic alerts.
so you like everything that happens with Google Now, especially when football season, basketball season starts. You like to get those game updates and when it's supposed to
No,
start.
the only thing I hate is the fact when I be searching, like, researching retarded stuff, and then it shows up in my Google Now, I'd be like, oh, crap. Like, if I click on a link and then it takes you somewhere, and the next thing you know, it's in my Google Now page, I'm like, man. So now I have to look at this until it goes away.
Well, I mean, you can swipe it away, and
Yeah, but I don't.
you can always click on it, and you can say that you don't want to see this anymore.
Yeah, like right now, what do I have on here? Nick Cannon and Hulk Hogan. I don't care about Nick Cannon or Hulk Hogan.
Wait, is that the same story or two separate?
No, Hulk Hogan, because I was reading something about wrestling, and now I have to. Now I got Hulk Hogan articles, and now I see something about uh, Nick Cannon and Kim Kardashian and Nicki Minaj. And, oh, there's the weather. So my stuff's completely random.
So the cool thing about Android Wear is the fact that you can get Google Now on your watch. Um, you don't
That's good.
fly, but you can do the boarding pass. You know when you go to the movie theater after you purchase a ticket or Fandango or something like that, and it pops up
Mm.
on your Google Now card, it'll pop up on the watch. Stop. See, he's doing it again. Um, but you could do other stuff with it also. The main gripe I have about with the Pebble is that when I get a text message, I have to pick up my phone to reply back to it. However, and it's a big thing with driving also, so I can see it, but I still would have to pick up my phone while I'm driving to to respond to it while I'm at the light, because I don't do it while I'm driving. But however, if you have Android Wear, you can look at the text message, you can tap on it and reply by voice, and it's pretty darn accurate. So uh, that's a major feature that I love because the problem was all the time, how do you respond back to these things without causing more work on yourself when it would just be easier just to pick out your phone. Just pick up your phone and reply back to the messages you have and stop acting like a douche nerd, okay? But um, Android Wear makes it easy because you can reply back by voice. You can do a Google search by voice. You can do a lot of things. They're making it so you can call a cab. We got Uber around here. We got a couple of other services around here. They're making it. I think they're trying to get it with Grubhub um, and other food ordering service where you can order food just by your watch. The great thing is, and I know I got lost a few times walking around when I first got here in Atlanta, and I was trying to figure out where I was going. And you know how hard it is to like hold your phone and walk around. You know how much of a douche you look like. You're like, oh yeah,
Crap. I'm clicking stuff. Sorry.
yeah, oh. And I'm walking around, I'm lost, and I'm trying to use Google Maps on my phone, but you can use it on your watch, which makes you look slightly less like a douche, I guess. I don't know. But would you like that functionality in a watch?
No.
No.
I don't want to do anything when I drive.
You can take it off.
I don't want to. I'm just. I don't like. I just don't seem like I want to deal with it. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just so used to not ignoring my phone anyway, to where I wouldn't. I don't even know if I even pay attention to my watch making noise. Because I don't. Like I said, I ignore my phone. My phone's in my back pocket. I don't check it. I don't. I don't bother it till I get home. When I'm at work, it's flipped upside down. And I'm typically, if I get on the internet, if I'm on Facebook, it's because I'm on the computer at work. If I get a text message, I probably won't reply until lunchtime.
So
Well,
this wouldn't really benefit you because it will vibrate on your wrist.
yeah, I don't want that on my wrist. I do. Sometimes I'm doing stuff that requires steady movement. So if my wrist starts vibrating, I might destroy something or electrocute myself or break somebody's equipment if my wrist starts vibrating, or I might think I'm getting electrocuted because my wrist vibrated.
Okay, it's not like an electrocution
Well,
vibration.
I know, but if it's like, let's say you're doing something that requires precision, then you get the little zzz, your first reaction is going to be to drop whatever's in your hand because you don't know it. Your brain ain't going to register immediately that it's just the watch on your wrist is vibrating. Because all you know is you got your hand inside of a piece of electronic with a piece of metal equipment doing something, and then your wrist vibrates. You're like, oh, I got on a watch. But you done damaged whatever you were doing. So I don't think that would work for me.
I would hope that when you are working on something electric like that, that it's not the first day you have on the watch and it's the first vibration you ever see.
No, it's just
It's a subtle vibration. It's not. It doesn't make your whole arm
that
and
makes it
hand
even
vibrate.
worse. The fact that it's a little subtle vibe that makes it worse.
I mean, if you don't feel a tingle in your fingers, I mean,
You don't care about a all you know is something vibrated on. All you know is something moved on your wrist.
Jimmy, how many times have you been electrocuted?
Um, 10 or 12 times probably.
I've been electrocuted for high voltage and low voltage.
Uh, does does the watch simulate a variation of a shock or electrocution?
No,
Okay.
not at
So
all.
so I mean, because Jimmy, you're an electrician, right?
Yeah.
So you work around, you have the potential to get shocked every day.
Yes, I do.
Electrocuted, fried to a bacon crisp every day. Um, and not any time in your life, since having the smartwatch, have you thought, "Oh, I felt like I just got electrocuted"?
No.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just well, since it would be new to me, the fact that I'm not used to nothing vibrating on my wrist, and I'm not used to nothing vibrating on me yet. So
Okay,
my
well, that's a
my
different
my
discussion.
initial reaction, like the very first couple times, forgetting I even have on a watch that vibrates.
Would you honestly look? Would you honestly forget after a couple of days how?
I mean,
I think your brain is smart enough to realize that type of.
I'd probably just take it off and not wear it, just to not even deal with it.
Okay.
I mean, like, let's say my hand is like resting on a table, and the watch vibrates. Will the table go zzz, like when your phone is vibrating on the table?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It
It's
does.
louder than the phone is too.
Yeah. See, so I'm sitting there with my hand on the table, and my arm starts my wrist starts vibrating, and then the table starts vibrating, and the glasses on the table start vibrating too. That's awkward.
I remember one
Oh,
time
wait a minute.
I fell asleep with my watch on, and it was during the day, and I had my arm like this, and the first time I felt it vibrate, I was like, I had a bad dream just now. Um, but I've learned. Okay, so there's a couple of things you don't do. You don't wear it at night. First of all, with Android Wear, you ain't wearing it at night anyway, because it's only gonna last a day. Uh, the Gear 2 is lasts a little bit longer than that, like a few more days more. But here's two things you don't do with it. Okay, you don't rest it on the table when you take it off. I put mine on the floor, on the carpet, charging, because ain't nobody gonna hear that when it's vibrating at night. You can also set a timer to where it's not going to vibrate. But who's going to do that? Whatever. But you don't put it on the glass table. You don't put it on any table because it's going to start dancing around. I put it on the arm of the couch one day, and I just left it there. And I came back. I was like, "Where the hell is my watch?" It vibrated so much that it climbed the arm and fell off. I was like, "Wow, that's the
Yeah.
time where it actually grew legs."
Yeah, my cat will eat that.
Yeah, I don't think you're. Yeah, I think that's totally accurate. Patch will eat that. Yeah. So smartphone right now is not. So how do you feel about Google Glass? Would you want to walk around with a lens upwards of your right eye, and people want to punch you in the face because they think you're gonna take a picture of them or a video? Are you ready for that yet?
No, I don't want it. I don't want to. I don't want that. Oh my god. Sorry. No, I don't want Google. I mean, I don't see the point. I don't.
It's the future, man.
Oh, I saw the new design of the glasses that look more like glasses instead of track shades.
Yeah. I mean, it's about time. I mean, and the thing that pisses people off is they pay $1,500 for a prototype, and they're coming out with something new.
I mean, if you say "Okay, Google," does it pop up on your lens? Oh crap! God dog it!
Yes, yes, it does. Well, you say "Okay, Glass." You don't say "Okay, Google."
Shh.
Okay, Google. Ah, I did it. It said, "Good evening, Charlie." Oh, look at that. It likes me. It knows my
Mine
name.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's just Motorola. But so you're saying you're not ready for those type of accessories?
No, not yet. Until they have like a major use for me and my lifestyle. No.
Okay, Jimmy, how about you? Are you satisfied with your Gear 2? Are you looking for the actual Android Wear version of a smartwatch, or what's going on? You waiting on Apple to release theirs so you can use it with your work phone?
No, I'm happy with my Gear 2 right now. I mean, I'm active with it. I check my heartbeat with it. As I counts my steps and everything.
I forgot it does that. I failed to mention that I sold my Fitbit because it made me feel like crap all the time, and it made me feel like a fat cow
What do you
because
want?
I was not walking.
I didn't take it.
And I'm gonna mute him for a second. And it just seemed like a good thing for me to do because I just needed it not to make me feel like crap. I wasn't really wearing it. I was basically like wearing it just for fashion, and I didn't walk any less after a couple of weeks of wearing it, and I don't know, but I'm really intrigued about getting the I don't know what watch I want. The Samsung. I definitely don't want the LG. I don't know if I want the Moto 360 because I don't know. So, Jimmy, in terms of the design of watches, would you prefer the form factor you have now, as in the square watch, the rectangular, or do you feel the circular is what you're looking for, like the Moto 360?
I like the square better.
Square better.
Yeah.
Maurice, if you wore a watch, which you occasionally do, I believe, but occasionally, if
Circle.
circle, so no
Mhm.
rectangle, circle.
Yes, I wear a circle watch.
If your if your watch was touchscreen and it showed you informational stuff, still circle.
It depends on the design of the information. If the information could like fit around the circle and be legible, then yeah.
Okay. So we have one for the Moto 360 and one for the square profile, everything else. Okay. I'm kind of torn between the two because I don't know. Moto 360, $250. I don't know how large the face of it is, and I don't know. I see people with circular watches. It looks fun, well and good. I don't want them to mistake my smartwatch for a watch, because you kind of, I don't know. I don't wear a suit all the time. I think it'd be good if I wore a suit. Maybe I get like, the Samsung and then the Moto 360 when I really want to dress up, whatever. But I don't know. I'm torn between it. I don't see anybody with rectangular or square watches out there just as regular watches. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm torn. Torn, damn it. I don't know what I want.
Okay.
I really don't know. And that brings me into a sponsor. I really don't have a sponsor, I'm just saying it. Swappa.com. Swappa.com is better than eBay. Swappa.com is where you can buy and sell lightly used devices like phones, smartwatches, tablets for a nominal fee.
I'm a gold star member on. I'm a gold star member on eBay, so.
Do people still use eBay, really?
I'm gonna stick to eBay.
Cause I found.
Yes, we just used it the other day.
To sell or buy?
Both.
Oh. Whenever I wanted to buy something on eBay in the past year, I felt that I was on StubHub and getting price gouged.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah, to buy stuff, yeah, but for me to sell, I remember the last few things that I sold, and I always sell smartphones on there. And there's always this Asian person in Asia that's trying to cause crap because...
Well, that's why you limit your stuff to the United States only.
Yeah, and I did that too, and somehow an Asian in California ruined my life too.
You're just racist.
It's always an Asian.
You're racist.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be racist, but it's always an Asian. But Swappa.com. Swappa.com with no posting fees. Still use PayPal. Still has stellar customer service. So if you have any disputes, you go through the process of disputing. Nice, secure, and free. Now, if you're buying, you're going to have that buying fee. But if you're a seller, you don't have that posting fee. Swappa.com, sponsor of the show. Not really. I just said that, so maybe they could be a sponsor of the show. Swappa, please be a sponsor of the show. Thank you. All right. So, can we wrap it up?
Sure.
All right. Maurice, you want to tell people where to find you on social networks, or do you still hate everybody?
You ain't Mo So Hush on everything.
All right.
YOUAINTMOSOHUSH.
All right.
That's my name everywhere.
Do you have a vanity URL on Google Plus yet?
I don't remember what it is. I don't know. I don't ever log. This is the day is the first day I logged on to Google Plus on the computer in recent history.
You can't be a nerd.
I'm not a nerd.
I beg to differ.
I'm not a nerd.
I beg to differ.
Why am I? What makes me a nerd?
I've
known I work in IT.
I know you.
I work in IT.
I know you for a while.
Whatever. I'm not a nerd.
I'm trying not to call you out, okay?
I'm not a nerd.
Yes, you are. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
Well, I'm not a nerd.
Ask your fiance if you're a nerd.
He thinks I'm very intelligent.
Whatever.
Not a nerd.
Just because you have beard game doesn't mean you're not a nerd. You know who made the beard game cool? Nerds, okay? All right, you're a nerd. It's okay. Embrace it, man. It's cool to be a nerd these days, man. Dang. It's, it's fine. Embrace it. You're a nerd. Okay? Okay? Are we good?
Yeah, whatever. Y'all have a good night. Nice talking to you, Jimmy.
Nice meeting you, man.
All right, Charlie, whatever you are today, whoever you're going to be today.
Chuck Berry tomorrow until
Berry.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, please tell people where to find you and about your show too.
You can find me on Facebook, Jimmy Banks. Anything else, Instagram, Twitter. You can find me at Jimbo Banks, Jimbo 2006 on all the rest of the stuff. My show, Jimbo Knows, is going to start back up in September, football season.
Yes, sir.
And that's pretty much it.
All right. Subscribe to the channels. We still got a community on Google Plus, Living Room Productions podcast channel. Haven't updated that in a while. Got to make sure that we update that. And find me everywhere, Charlie Maverick. Or the Mavcast, which I got to change that because there's no more Mavcast. All right. So tune in next time. It's going to be busy in September. Just tune in. I won't have a show next week, but make sure you put on your calendar for that Motorola, that Samsung, and that Apple presentation. All events, September. Get ready. War against the devices. OS war. Maurice, we need to have a really violent verbal debate with Tony on here about Android. Okay, and he dropped off. So I'll talk to him offline about that. I'll talk to him offline about that. All right, man. So this is This Mobile World, episode 2 in the books. Tell everyone and their children good night, Jimmy.
Good night, guys.
Out.